Welcome to Transforming the Toddler Years, the podcast for conscious parents, caregivers, and educators who believe tantrums aren't terrible. They are powerful opportunities for connection, growth, and learning during the first 5 years. You'll explore how to use intentional language to raise calm, confident, and deeply connected kids, because the way we talk to kids becomes how they see themselves and engage with the world. Hi, I'm your host, Cara Terrell, classroom teacher turned parent educator and teacher trainer. Are you ready to nurture your children's mind, body, and spirit? Welcome, Toddler Tribe. Let's transform the toddler years together. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Today, I want to talk about child-led learning and how that does not actually have to be inside four walls, whether that be a home or a classroom. So I have just returned from a big trip. Some of you may have followed me on my socials as I did, and I did 3 different locations, and it was for the launch of the book, and it's behind me now, and it was so much fun. And I'm home and I saw a lot of cool stuff out in the world along my journey. So this is one of those stories. What do we mean when we talk about child-led learning? Well, the first thing we have to do is redefine learning. I know that when I say that, for many of you, most of you maybe, it pops up a belief system in your brain that it's cognitive, that it's adding knowledge to the growing body of information that is in our brain, that it is information that we can then turn around and regurgitate or explain back to somebody else. That is not learning. That's knowledge. There is a distinct difference. So the first thing is we have to reset what we believe learning is. Learning is the exploration of our world. It is the way we interact with the people, the environments, and the objects in our world that lead to the accumulation of knowledge and awareness and understanding and comprehension. Whew. Okay. Sit with that for a minute. Can you make the perspective shift with me? Can you believe that, even just for a minute with me right now? Then when we think about child-led learning, what that means is we are following them. Follow the leader, right? They're the leader. That kids are already designed from within to be learners. That they are constantly exploring their environment and the people in it and the toys and the environments and the objects and making sense of them from the minute they arrive here with you. They are our littlest learners. And yes, they're building their knowledge bank. Yes, they're building their language bank and their dictionary. But that's not the learning part. So this is what happened. I'm training for a 10K. And I was out in the world. I was in Massachusetts at this point, and they have this really great old rail trail that they've paved and made into kind of like a nice running, bike, walking path. And I thought, okay, this is where I'm going to do my training run today before I go to work. And I was just warming up. I wasn't really like in my run yet. And I see these 2 women a bit ahead of me and a sweet little toddlerling. And I thought, oh, they're just out for a stroll, right? They have little legs who are with them. And all of a sudden, as I got closer and closer, I saw these little legs stop. There was no stroller involved, by the way, just 2 adults and 1 little human out enjoying the beautiful sunshine. And he stopped and dropped to the ground, sat flat bottom on that little paved path, and reached for the water bottle that these ladies had. I don't know who they are. Two moms, mom and nanny, friends. I don't know who they are. But here they are, and they both really have this strong relationship with this kid. You can tell, and you know how I can tell? Is that within seconds, they both stopped and dropped and sat their bottoms down on the path, a little over the side, right? So people like me could go by. And I was struck. Like, here I am traveling around teaching about the talking triangle, teaching about how the first piece of language, the first meaning-based communication that our kids receive from us is our energy, and the second is our body language. And these two women, without frustration, trying to get somewhere, had a plan, maybe had a vision in their head for how this walk was going to go, they just stopped and sat right down next to this kid on the ground. And I was cheering on the inside. Woo, it's so good. Then, as I get closer, I see that this kid had a plan all along. The tiny water bottle, which apparently was empty, which I couldn't see from far away, he is now taking the pebbles from the side over on the earthy part and putting them in the bottle, one by one by one, listening to the sound that they make every time they hit. Friendly people, by the way, because as I approached, they turned and looked and then said to the little man, say hi. So they said, hello, nice wave. No words yet, but used hands and face to communicate with me. And so I was able to engage a little bit longer. And it was just so beautiful to watch. They weren't saying anything to him. He would plunk a little pebble, then one of them would do it, then the other one, then he was doing it. This is child-led learning, my friends. He was 1 year old. Okay? Think about all the amazing things that happened there from his perspective. I saw something interesting I wanted to explore in a new way, and the adults with me stopped and joined me. Connection. Connection. Being connected is your number one priority. Making kids feel like the connection is intact is your number one priority. Now, can you spend your entire life just following them around and plopping down wherever they go to explore the next coolest thing? Of course not. And I get that. But in these particular moments where there was time and the expansiveness was there, do it. Drop down. Be with them. The next thing that happened was this organic opportunity to practice what we all call sharing. Turn taking was his idea. He did it, and then he didn't hand over, but he showed the bottle, moved the bottle closer to one of these other ladies, who then put in theirs, and then he would send it and she would do hers. And there was this organic opportunity to practice turn taking, collaboration, sharing, first, second, third. I mean, this is the power. These are the things that we prioritize, but we don't actually create opportunities like this very often. We use lots of other kind of external motivators to try and induce that for our kids. Notice that they know how. It's in them. When the connection is strong, they feel emotional safety. And when they feel emotional safety, they are ready to do these practicing moments all on their own. Does it immediately translate? This is a question I get sometimes. Okay, well, that's lovely. And I had a great moment with my kiddo right? My partner and I did. That's cool. Does it immediately translate to when you go to playgroup and they're going to be the expert sharer of the bunch? Of course not. Different people, different relationship status, different comfort zones. But you know that you can help facilitate because you are practicing this out in different spaces. It was a really powerful, seconds of my life, right? I don't know, maybe it was 90 seconds that I got to interact with this little family. But I wanted to bring it to you today because it's powerful. And 2 things I'd love you to take away from today's episode. 1, your kids are born learning. Don't get in their way. Follow it. Be amazed by it. Observe it. Be in awe of what they're ready to learn. Let them show you. And 2, can you tell I just got back? The second one just flew out of my brain. What are the 2 things I wanted you to take away from this? Kids are experts at learning. I don't know. You know what? You do. You do. Whatever it is that really rooted in you. Oh, I got it. Okay. Turning 50 in June, can you tell? Proudly, excited, but still, these things happen. You have to shift a perspective about what learning means. What is learning really? When you start to observe your children with this new definition of learning, it unlocks so much more for you as well. Okay, Toddler Tribe. So, as you heard at the top of the episode, I need to hear from you. I want to launch this Toddler Tribe community, and I want it to be filled with all the resources that you are looking for. I want to push out podcast episodes to you before the rest of the world gets to hear them. I want to throw in video of real life examples of how I use language with kids and the impact it has. But I also really need to know if it's something that you would like. So please head to Instagram. If you're not connected with me already there, let's do it. Send me a DM that says community. If I see a bunch of these come through, I'm going to know that it's time to launch this special space on the internet just for all of you so we can be connected. Until our next episode, stay mindful, stay proactive as we transform the toddler years.